everyone, and welcome to our 21st weekly Communities of Practice Sunday check-in session. My name's Priscilla Wong, and I'm a member of the Communities of Practice team. I hope everyone has had a good week, and I welcome you to this half hour of Dharma, reflection, and community connection. It is customary for us in Australia to begin any meeting by acknowledging the traditional owners of our land. I would like to start today by acknowledging the Darwin people as the traditional owners of the land on which Nanchen Institute resides. I also acknowledge the traditional custodians on the various lands on which you all are, and I pay my respects to the elders, past, present, and emerging. The check-in sessions were developed by our Communities of Practice team and community, all of you. In 2018-19, we ran a number of community days and then began these weekly check-in sessions in October last year. The purpose of these days and events were as outlined above, guided by humanistic Buddhism to develop and cultivate our practice and friendships. Now more than ever, the practice is becoming even more important, and the purpose of today is exactly that. I'd now like to introduce Mr. Joey Yeo, who is a volunteer based in Melbourne and a valued friend of the community, to guide this session. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Priscilla. Before we get into the theme for today, let's get into our weekly routine of mini mindful check-in. Take a couple of seconds to adjust your sitting posture. Be comfortable. Let your eyelids fall gently. Take a moment to contemplate on our bodies. It is a universe of diverse living cells. While physically different for the different types of cells, they live harmoniously together, complement each other, and aggregate to give us this body for our consciousness to interact with. Thank you for the diversity. Thank you for the harmony. Zooming out, let's turn our attention to our breathing. With each breath in and out, we relax a part of our body. Starting from our forehead to our necks, our arms and hands, our chest and stomach, our legs and feet. We are now ready to concentrate on our natural breath. If our attention wanders away, gently bring them back to this amazing breath of ours. Let's start the minute. Whenever you are ready, gently allow light to flow into our eyes. I hope all of us had the opportunity to listen to this piece of song titled Harmonize, and I hope that the lyrics have triggered some useful reflection prior to this session. There are some studies which indicate that music aids in learning, endurance, and regulation of emotions. Of course, there are also studies that point out the negative effects. Ultimately, it is up to us to harmonize them. A hammer can hurt and aid us. It is us who decide which way it goes. Interestingly, in music, the concept of harmony is the composite product when individual musical voices group together to form a cohesive whole. Think of an orchestra. The flute player may be playing one note, the violinist plays another note, and the trombonist plays yet a different note. But when their individual parts are heard together, harmony is created. And thus, this song titled Harmonize delivers the concept of harmony at two levels, the lyrics and the coming together of the musical notes. As for the lyrics, one particular phrase caught my attention when I first listened to it. That phrase is, work for a peace which is strong. It sparked me thinking about what is peace which is strong, and how we can work for such a peace in the midst of all the differences around us. So I decided to unpack the word literally. With my limited experience in life as of now, my contemplation led me to identify these 5 aspects as the ingredients needed to work for a peace which is strong. Peace starts for me with a path, a direction, a vow of commitment. It needs us to endeavor through challenges, which requires a mixture of endurance and energy. Endurance trains our patience. Energy gives us hope. We endeavor through challenges and opportunities, which are inevitable in this conditioned or anicca-driven world. Anicca, which commonly translates as impermanence, teaches us that there is no solidity to existence and that existence is always in a state of transformation. And this constant state of transformations actually helps us to understand and appreciate the diversity and differences around us. And to be in peace with this diversity and differences is to see the interconnectedness amongst all of us, to see compassion broadening from us to all, and eventually to egoless compassion. There is a story of a farmer who grew excellent quality corn. Every year, he won the award for the best grown corn. One year, a newspaper reporter interviewed him and learned something interesting about how he grew it. The reporter discovered that the farmer shared his seed corn with his neighbors. How can you afford to share your best seed corn with your neighbors when they are entering corn in competition with yours each year? The reporter asked. The farmer replied, "Why? Didn't you know the wind picks up pollen from the ripening corn and sways it from field to field? If my neighbors grow inferior corn, cross-pollination will steadily degrade the quality of my corn. If I am to grow good corn, I must help my neighbors to grow good corn." From the start of the mindful check-in session till now, I've actually spoken briefly on my few cents of thoughts on how we can harmonize across our apparent differences to work for a peace which is strong. If you could recall, before we had our short 1-minute breathing concentration, I shared how our body of living cells could be a teacher to us in this area. Briefly talk about contemplating on the formation of music pieces that could be another teacher for us. And lastly, the words of Dharma, as illustrated through the literal unpacking of the word peace, can be our compass and mat as we journey ahead in establishing a peace which is strong. Lai Chin, you just amaze me with all the emoticons. Changing ourselves and forgiveness, considerate, respect, tolerate, CRT. Oh, that's another acronym. That's good. With each individual, everyone has different views and thoughts, absolutely. And peace across, covering environment, nature, community, balancing starts with ourselves, which is mine. Oh, it's going to take us a year to unpack that code, Lai Chin. It's packed with lots of powerful concepts. Balancing starts within ourselves, which is mine. Our group talk a lot about that. May actually share about from the psychological point of view, how that is sort of translated to our actions, our amygdala. I think that connects with Cecilia's sharing a few weeks ago. Niran, heart of equality is vital foundation for harmony. Yes, we talk about equanimity, we talk about equality a couple of months ago. Lai Ping gave a great example of the harmony required by a team to complete a trek to Mount Everest: inclusion, non-judgment, respect for all, and dependent on each other for that journey up the mountain, isn't it? When we stop the non-peaceful thoughts, we make more time for peaceful thoughts. Oh, powerful. Corinne, harmony can come from the inner conflict, and we grow to know connectedness and harmony. Sorry for pronouncing wrongly, because the sentences keep on flowing up. Work towards world peace and harmony, find the good in everyone and every being, and fall in love. And that love is that boundless love and compassion for all, isn't it? Now I'm going to quickly just go to the end, but continue to share your insights to this chat. It will translate itself to that to the infographic that the team is working on a weekly basis. And really thanks for all your contribution. Every contribution matters, just like the cells in our body, the alphabets of each word. So earlier I've shared a version of how I've literally unpacked the word peace. The words that I've chosen for each letter, P-E-A-C-E, are like antidotes to the unwholesomeness that I face constantly. In addition to the word peace, I'd like to share my other contemplations on grief and anger with you. I hope this gives you a possible way of unpacking these concepts in your own personal contemplation and reflection, linking together words or phrases of wisdom in guiding us to a brighter future, together as we walk hand in hand in realizing a harmonious place for us and our future generations. Thank you all, and over to Priscilla, who will lead us in the dedication of merit.
Thank you so much, Joey, and leading us on 4 wonderful weeks of connecting hearts in beautiful places and harmonizing. We hope the check-in today was helpful to you all, and that you experienced the loving kindness of this community as it is offered here today. For anyone who might be experiencing a greater need than what we could meet, or if you'd just like to drop us a line, we always love hearing from you. Please don't hesitate to get in touch with us on the email above. Just a lecture series we thought you might be interested in to share with you. Dr. Lewis Lancaster, who is a very well-respected emeritus professor at the University of the West, is giving a series of talks. The next one is on March 16, but the past topics are also available. So they're available on the website that I've got on the screen there. If you Google Institute for the Study of Humanistic Buddhism, University of the West. They're wonderful. So the votes are in. We did ask the community to vote last week on some topics for the March sessions, which Venerable Joe will be guiding us on. And for everyone's information, we'll be looking at discipline, fulfilling the Bodhisattva vow, forgiveness, and obstacles on the path. But all the topics we've kept a record of, and they're all wonderful topics, and I'm sure we'll explore them in the weeks and sessions and months to come. So Joey, Venerable Joey, and everyone, if you all like to stay around after the session, we'll be here to chat for another half hour, and of course be back next week. But first we'll do the dedication of merits.
Let us now dedicate the goodness of what you have done to all living beings. May kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity pervade all worlds. May we cherish and build affinities to benefit all beings. May Chan, Pure Land, and precepts inspire equality and patience. May our gratitude and humility give rise to great vows.